Did you know that it's incredibly easy, cheap, and actually a better choice than buying from the store to make your own probiotics at home? Did you know that making your own probiotics at home by fermenting foods is actually a more potent way of taking probiotics? Yes, in the store, you will see probiotic supplements in packages that claim to have billions of units of live probiotic cultures in them. The issue is that's at the time of packaging when they tested it. Now, imagine all the months that it has been going from place to place, traveling on trucks, airplanes, shelf to shelf, like it sat on the store shelf for a while. By the time you actually buy that package, open it up, and take that capsule, a lot of times it's maybe half or even a quarter of the potency of what's on the label. Now, this is not like 100% facts with every single supplement, but this is a serious issue in the supplement industry. So one way to deal with this is stop trusting these random giant corporations to heal you. We need to take our health into our own hands. And one way we can do that is by growing your own food and processing, preserving the food yourself, right? So one way we can do this with probiotics is to grow our own food and we can ferment it. Now I'm going to show you an example of something that I fermented and it's amazing. I'm never going to stop making this. This is something I want in my kitchen, in my refrigerator at all times. And even if you don't have a refrigerator or if stuff, hits the fan, right? If things go wrong and there's no more electricity, you can still keep these foods preserved for a very long time because they're fermented. So the pH is low and it's not, it doesn't grow mold. As long as you keep it closed and there's not air, light, getting in there, as long as it's sealed in a cool, dark place, your ferments will last quite some time, maybe even years. So I'm going to show you now. This right here is my kimchi that I made. I made it last week. This only takes 5 days to make. Now, I let it ferment for an extra few days, so this was an 8-day ferment. Okay. I put, instead of Napa cabbage, I put red cabbage. I added beets, so that's why it has such a red color, because usually kimchi doesn't have this pink color. I added apple, I added onion, I added ginger, and I added red pepper flakes. And this is it. You just put it all together in a jar, and you make a salt brine. A salt brine is for every 10, a basic salt brine recipe would be for every 10 cups of water, 8 ounces of water is a cup. So for 80 ounces of water, right, 10 cups is 80 ounces. 80 ounces of water, you put 4 tablespoons of salt. Now, you don't want to use iodized salt. All right, I'll show you an example. This is garbage. This is garbage, okay? You do not want to use this. This is toxic. Do not use this. This is not for eating. All right? Do not eat that salt, okay? Now, what you want to eat, if you want salt, you want to use a Himalayan, a sea salt, you want to use a Celtic salt, Baja salt, lava salt. You want to use any natural salt that comes from the ocean. You do not want iodized salt, all right? That is a huge scam. So that's it. You put 10 cups water, 4 tablespoons salt, and you make the brine and you pour it over your ingredients. You cut up your ingredients, put them in the jar, make your brine, pour it over until it's about this high. You want to leave about an inch of headspace. If you don't do it, you will have a sticky jar with stuff coming out the sides because it's going to bubble up and it's going to come out. So anyway, this is my kimchi. It came out amazing and I'm going to keep making it. This one is called fermented cherry tomatoes. So what I did here was I took cherry tomatoes, harvested them, washed them, filled up it was a larger jar. This is my tiny one for the fridge, but because this is all that's left and I made it last week. It was about 80 little tomatoes, and there's literally like 10 left. So you could imagine how many I've eaten. It's so good. All I did was take my tomatoes, harvest them, right? I washed them. I filled them up in a jar, right? I put the tomatoes in the jar. I dumped some basil. I dumped some garlic. That's all that's in here. Basil, garlic, tomato, and then our salt brine. 80 ounces water, 4 tablespoons salt, mixed together. You pour it until about an inch from the top, and that's it. Now, you don't put a lid on it. What you do is, if you put a lid on it, you have to leave it slightly ajar, like this. If you don't have a fermenting top, a special fermenting top, you can take a lid and just place it on, like, just a little off, just like that, just so that the gas can escape. Or you can close it, and then every day you have to remember to open it and burp your jar. I find it easier to just leave it slightly open like that. Now, what I like to do is put a cloth over it, a rubber band to keep dust and bugs out, and then leave it slightly ajar on top like that. Okay, that's one way to do it. Another way is, if the cap you have, you can just put it like this and just leave it loose so that air bubbles can get out. The pressure will push this up and it will let it out. Another thing is you can get a fermenting cap. So fermenting caps, they fit to screw onto mason jars. You have to buy the right size for the jar you have. You screw it on, and it has like a hole in the middle, and it has like a tube that goes up that allows the air out, but it has a little cover over it that when the air pushes up the pressure, it lifts it up and allows the air out, but then it drops back down so bugs can't get in. I'll show you guys that in another video. I don't have it near me right now. But anyway, this is the fermented tomatoes. They are so good. I'm going to show you what it's like. First of all, the smell is just amazing. I gave one to my friend Rosie. She told me it tasted just like her grandmother's tomato sauce, and she had a nostalgic memory. So that's how you know it's so good. So now when you cut it open, it's not even like mushy. It's literally like pretty much the way it was when I harvested it. They're a little bit softer, I'm not going to lie. They're not perfectly crisp like when you harvested them. They are a little softer, but this would make an amazing raw sauce. All you'd have to do is smash them up and just put it on top of anything. It'd be a fermented raw sauce. Probiotic rich, completely packed with vitamins, nutrients. Fermenting unlocks more nutrients because a lot of compounds are bound together atomically, right? So when you ferment, there's a lot of processes going on, and a lot of these nutrients and compounds are breaking down, separating, re-assimilating. And so when you ferment a food, you actually it has a completely different nutritional profile than when that food was raw. Like a raw tomato versus this fermented tomato is a completely different ratio and different compounds that are present. It completely changes the food. Anyway, so that's it. It's amazing. I love it. I'm going to keep doing it, and I suggest everybody, tries this at least once in their life, because it is just such a rewarding way to make your own food, to preserve your own food. Even if you don't want to eat it right now, this is a way of preserving. Like, I'm fermenting it. The moment I'm done fermenting, let's say the 5 days is up. Let's say I put my cap on, right? 5 days goes by, I open the jar, I taste it. That's good. I like it. Cool. All you do then is put your jar on tightly, and you can place it in your refrigerator, and it is good to go forever. You could even vacuum seal it if you want to, for long-term storage. That's all you do. It's so simple, so easy. It's so healthy. It's just a way to preserve food. I mean, you can't go wrong. And it makes it easier to make sauce. I mean, you don't have to sit there boiling tomatoes down to make sauce. You can just make a raw fermented sauce that would be so much healthier for you anyway. And if you leave it out room temperature, it won't be cold from the fridge. So then you won't even have to heat it. You can just make the really hot pasta or whatever is going to go with the sauce, and then just have the room temperature sauce on it. It won't be cold, so you won't even have to heat it to destroy any of the compounds. You could just eat it room temperature, and it would just be amazing. So anyway, I just want to show you guys, fermented food is amazing. And look, Oh my gosh. There's pieces of apple in here, right? Apple, beet, red cabbage. You don't even like taste like any of them. You know, everything just mixes together, have this complex flavor. It's just so good. Like, oh my gosh. I couldn't even explain the taste to you. It's like a little sour, tangy, but sweet with a tiny bit of spice. And my throat is dry. It instantly soothes my throat and like moistens it. If my throat felt dry and itchy, it makes it feel completely soothed. Yeah, I just said that. The taste is just phenomenal. I mean, I'm literally addicted to it. I eat this just, if I feel like having a snack, I'll just go and get a little tomato and eat it. Or I'll just eat a scoop of this. Like, I could just eat it out of the jar. It is so good. Like, I couldn't even begin to explain how good it is to you guys. So, anyway, I just want to let you guys know, this is what I'm doing lately. If you want to learn to ferment, let me know. I can give you advice. If you want to see more videos about fermenting, I could show you guys how to do it. And if you want to buy any of my ferments, just send me a message because I do sell them too. All right. Thank you. Bye.